I know exactly what you guys are all thinking. If only he had a Santa beard, he'd almost have like the perfect lumberjack Santa look. Oh boy. Still, like, man, I really wish I could grow a beard like, at the speed of light. That'd be awesome. It's like facial hair powers activated. Man, this is actually um a while back when I was promoting my friend's Flannel February fundraiser for Feed America. I mentioned like I thought this was the only flannel I had because whenever I do think of flannel, I think of like the lumberjack look, which is pretty much what this shirt is. But truth be told, like I actually have like a whole, as you guys know, I actually have a whole bunch of other flannels. So yeah, I'll be able to celebrate Flannel February with gusto next year. I'm actually really excited. I wonder what his goal. I wonder what my friend's goal is next year going to be. But don't worry, I'm going to do my part and help promote it because I do things for a good cause all the time. I mean, you guys know I'm totally all about charity. You guys totally know that I like helping out a good cause. I mean, a while back I once had a photo of me donating money to Alex's Lemonade for Rita's. Yeah, that's what Rita's likes to do every year. They like to donate money to Alex's Lemonade stand for I believe it's childhood cancer. Don't I forget, but you guys, if any of you guys know what Alex's Lemonade stand is, you probably already know. I always forget off the top of my head. I mean, yes, I could look it up right now, but I don't want to do that. I want to talk to you guys. You guys are awesome. Why would I disrupt what we have going on here? That'd be rude. um, but yeah, it's December 5th right now. Actually just got a call from my folks. My mom is actually on her way to Las Vegas right now to see her mother or my grandmother. So that's really cool. Hmm, uh, let's see what else is there. Well, I guess I can't believe I forgot this. It's Hump Day. There you go. Yeah, we're already halfway through the week. I can't believe it either. I mean, it's awesome. The weekend's already almost here, and I have no idea what I'm going to do this weekend at all. I mean, yeah, I know they're re-releasing Schindler's List for whatever reason, which I think it's because there's one movie coming out this week I actually really do want to see. It's Mary Queen of Scots, just because I like Saoirse Ronan and Margot Robbie, and for whatever reason, the Regal at the Arnott Mall is like not showing that movie at all. So again, I'm gonna try and swing Schindler's List at some point later on this week. Maybe I'll get to it. I don't know. But that's one thing I plan on doing this weekend. Another plan I have coming up is actually I don't really have much going on. Just other than preparing for the holidays. Although I'm trying to adjust my seating for a second. Okay. With Christmas Eve coming up, I mentioned this. Really, yeah, I did mention this, but Christmas Eve, I'm definitely going to the earliest mass possible because I'm not going. Seriously, this is going to be the first time the city of Corning in probably over a decade that there's actually going to be a midnight service mass. I'm not doing that. Nope. Listen, you guys know I'm Catholic, and you guys know I go to church like a regular good, like the usual good boy does. But even I have my limits. I'm not going to midnight. I mean, I'll miss Santa. What if Santa comes to my house and then I'll miss him because I was at church. See? So there you go. That's one reason why you shouldn't go to church at midnight. So think about that. Um, let's see. Uh, Well, I guess, nothing else new that's coming up that I know about. I mean, we have, excuse me. It's, the first week, well, actually, speaking of the fact that I am Catholic, one thing that we do at this time of year is celebrate something called Advent. It's similar akin to what Lent is back in the spring, only with Advent it pretty much takes place from like the first 24 days of December. That's pretty much all it is. And, there's no sacrificing anything. Really, one major change that happens is like in Lent, in Advent, the priests and the deacons wear purple instead of the usual green. Which, I gotta say, like, this past Saturday when I went to church, like, the purple gown that the priest was rocking, it was awesome. It was like the nicest shade of purple I think I'd seen in like years. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I have nothing against the color purple at all, but yeah, it was like rocking. It was like purple. Yeah, it was contrasting colors. There was like gold and yellow, like embroidered, like not embroidered, but sewed in like crosses on it and stuff, and shades of white, for a little more contrast. It's look at me, I'm talking like I'm a color expert, but yeah, like I'm gonna see if I can sneak a picture of what it looked like this upcoming weekend. Yes, I'm going to have my. Actually, no, I probably shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have your phone on during church. It's rude. I mean, it's not as rude as, say, having your... who am I kidding? It is exactly as rude as having your phone on during a movie. But, man, it was like... I don't know. It was like, You know what it was? It was like Elmira College colors. That's what it was. Like, the perfect shades of like purple and yellow and white. Man, I like this time of year. And another thing that goes on during the church is that every week during Advent there's four candles that must be lit. And it's funny because the first candle is purple, the second candle is purple, the third candle is pink, and the last candle is purple. And for the life of me, I have no idea why it is in that order at all. All I know is that, that's the order. I mean, yes, I went to Catholic school, but Lord knows that it's been years since I could tell you absolutely everything. I mean, that's why I went to Horseheads, because Catholic school was just so boring. They had one of those, like, uniforms, and, like, you had to go to church. Like, I gotta go to church once a week. Why do I gotta go to church again? Like, the first Friday of every month. I don't like that. You're talking to someone who really never cared much for... Well, actually, it is true. I never really cared much for going to church, but it's definitely less so on that. I mean, I like going to church now to an extent. Once and done, that's good enough for me. Although, seeing as how Christmas is going to be on a Tuesday this year. Yeah, Tuesday. I'll be going to church on Saturday, December 22nd. Yeah, it's the 22nd. And then have to go on Christmas Eve, probably at 4 o'clock, because that's the one I'd rather get done and over with. Plus, it's just so convenient that way. Like, for whatever, like, you never want to go to dinner, then go to church, because then you're just going to, you're going to be full from dinner, you're going to, want to fall asleep and not pay attention to anything. At least if you, go to church, okay, one last thing you got to do before you are able to enjoy a nice Christmas Eve meal with your family. Like, that's what I do. That's what I prefer to do. Although, it's the same thing with Easter. A while back when I told you guys I was going to go to Easter Vigil Mass. Funny enough, I actually went to Easter Vigil Mass at my alma mater, St. Mary Mother, which it still holds up after all these years. Everything's still pretty much exactly the way I left it. Oh, I say I like I was the only one there. No, exactly where like my classmates and I left it. You know, the church is still beautiful. You know, it's still, you know, you still have that faint scent of incense that seems to be particularly strong in that church. Yeah, it's great. It is. But, you know, I made the mistake of, see, I didn't have, like, dinner at all before Easter Vigil Mass starts. And, like, and that Mass can potentially be, like, up till midnight. So, if I don't get any dinner, I could potentially starve. Luckily, though, this Mass was only, like, 2 hours. So I'm like, thank you. I mean, it was, like, 9, 10 o'clock when I finally got myself something to eat, but I'd rather do that than, you know, fall asleep and potentially miss on whatever's going on. Honestly, I think this was, actually it was a pretty good Easter, I think. I think it really was. You know, it is exactly what I want. I did exactly everything I wanted to do. I enjoyed everything I wanted to do. And, you know, it was great. It's exactly what I was looking forward to. And, yeah. I know for a fact Christmas is going to be exactly like that. Although, I'm not going to stress this now until the new year, but I am going to have to think every Friday until mid-March, I'm going to have to really make sure I have some form of meat on Fridays. Yeah, it is getting to be that time of year. Again, I'm a carnivore. I gotta make it my business to know when Lent starts and when it ends. I mean, there are some advantages to having it early as it was this past year. I mean, remember, this year was on Valentine's Day, only to end on April Fool's Day. Actually, having Easter in April is just like the perfect time of year. Because it's well after the spring equinox, things are really starting to kick in high gear in terms of trying to get warmer. You know, it really is getting, like, the springtime. It's great. I love that. And now that I thought about spring, I am immediately now sad that we're in winter right now. Actually, no, we're not in winter because it's not December 21st yet. Oh, we're already starting to get into that cold time of year, and I do not like that at all. I never have cared for it, nor will I ever care for it. But that's just me. I guess I'll have to see as it comes, I guess. But, yeah. The only thing I can really do now is just take one day at a time. And hey, you know what? It's, 15 days, 95, by my account, it should be like 95 days until, like, Rita's opens. And I haven't touched any of my stash yet, so that's a plus. Oh, this winter is going to be so incredibly long. Technically, Rita's is going to open in the wintertime because it'll be like the first weekend in March, and spring isn't until March 21st. I don't know, sometimes it's really weird like that, I don't know. But, yeah. Now I'm probably going to make people mad at me because I talked about spring more than I talked about any other. I talked about spring when I probably shouldn't have. Oh, I may get some backlash for this. Anyway, like, favorite, channel, hit that subscribe button. I can really use the support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And as always, I'm very humble I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopefully all have a wonderful hump day. And remember, if you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I will always have your back. Take care, everybody.